Also, what if you are an adult, teenager, or young person that never experienced or gained these things? You are not privileged to have these things that the privileged ones got. I think you don't have a problem yet. It's not yet a problem because you can still get it. There's no time that says it's late o'clock yet for you. You can still become whomever you want to become at this age. I believe that. Yes, I do. But you have to agree with me that you need serious mentorship. Yes, mentorship and coaching is one of the systems rather that would help you catch up and overcome this foundational problem. How? You need someone who would look at you and subject you to intensive sessions of preparation. Tell you the things you need to know. Those information that you are unable to get as a young child. Those experiences you missed or skipped. Those knowledge you could have gotten you didn't get. Those tips you could have gotten that you didn't get, the encouragement, the ride on, my dear, I love you, the whatever, those things, you can still get them. A mentor or a coach will take you through series of life-changing sessions. Now, this is where I have an issue with coaching and mentorship of our time. Some people just think it's about the professionalism. Like you look this way, walk this way, talk this way, don't do this, don't say this, don't eat this way, talk this way. It's beyond it. I think coaching and mentorship should cover mostly the emotional part because our generation suffers mostly from psychological problems, emotional problems, lots of breakdown. We have lots of people going through emotional problems and struggles, and therapy sessions, more and more therapy houses are rising up. It's not that I have an issue with therapy, but it's a sign that people are more broken. And if mentorship and coaching does not address that, we'll still find people come up to stage and instead of addressing what they're meant to address, they will be pouring out their emotion. Now it's good, there are part of your emotion that you pour out and it blesses the people or it helps the people, but there are some that you pour out and it damages people. You must learn emotional control. You must even learn how to teach control from your speeches, from your renditions, from whatever you're coming up to do. And that's why coaching and mentorship is quite important and expedient for anybody that would venture into anything public. If you're to address people, if you're to stand before people, if you're to say anything, you have to be mentored, you have to be coached, you have to be prepared. The gap you have from your childhood to your teenage should be covered. The gap you have, those sad memories, the sad times, the sad whatever, all of them have to be filled up. They have to be covered. They have to be healed from. I don't mean just covering the wound. I mean healing, complete healing. You have to heal completely from them. You need to be free from them so that you'll be able to express yourself. There is a real personality hidden behind those scars. There is a real you that the scars are covering. So the scars have to go off. They have to go to the back. They have to go behind so that the real you will come forth. Now, does it mean the scars will go? No, there are scars that will never disappear. They are signs that you really went through things, okay? But they should not be scars that when touched, they are still sour, like they're still alive. They're still alive. They shouldn't be living scars. When touched, you notice that they are still bruises, that they are still alive inside. They have not healed. You need to be coached, prepared, so that the stage you're about to mount would not be your demise. It won't be your spoiling. It won't be your destruction. It will be a stepping stone instead of a stumbling block. That's why mentorship and coaching is quite expedient, quite important. A mentored person and one who is not mentored can never be the same. Yeah, they can't. They can never. Even if one, there are people naturally, they have this confidence, they have this strength, they have this ability to say things, they can mount the stage and seize the crowd for an hour and nobody's bored. Some people can talk 5 hours straight and you're not even bored. I'm telling you, there are people that can't. Okay? Regardless of this, you still need mentorship. There's something mentorship will do for you. It would help you curtail a lot of things, to help you scratch out things, cut off things, fix things, add things, work on things, That's what mentorship is about. Mentorship is not about, it's not all about the fancy, I'm submitted to this person, I'm working with this person, this is my organ, this is the one training me. All these things we do. No, it's not about it. It's not about the fancy shows. It's not about, one person at one point said, okay, I'm a direct student of my Murrow Leadership Institute or whatever. Okay, that's beautiful, it's fine, but that does not mean you're properly mentored. So associating with big names doesn't mean you're properly mentored. Let's not go there actually, but I think I should actually go there, in another series. When I'm in the next video and the next recording, I'll talk about that. But in this one, let's just have this in mind, that being part of a very large organization doesn't mean that you're properly mentored. Don't be deceived. Mentorship is actually a process. It happens. It's something that must happen. It's something you take note of. There are sessions of talks. There are times you are shouted at, not one to make you to feel belittled, okay? Yes, but there are times you really need someone to shout at you so that your head will correct a bit. You come back home, because there are times we misbehave a lot. There are times we do things that we are not meant to do. So someone needs to shout on you and like, what are you doing? Don't do that. Do this. Okay? So mentorship is quite expedient and must be methodological. There must be a process. You must have gone through something. Someone talking to you, taking you by the hand, leading you through processes, teaching you some things, asking you to do the things you love to do the things you don't like doing, and telling you to do the things you love, asking you not to do the things you love doing. You'll be like, don't eat this today, eat another thing, try something else. Why are you putting on that? It's my favorite color. I said, no, you don't wear your favorite color today. Wear this one. I don't love this color, wear it. And okay, today is shopping, I have to go shopping. Say, use the money you want to shop with to get this book. And you're like, no, this is not what I signed up for. This is what mentorship does for you. Now, the funny thing is, how will this work on my stage fright? How would this give me confidence? How would this work on my confidence? Yes, it would work on your confidence, because it removes certain feelings from your life. It rids you of some bitterness, some pains. It rids you of things that you would have naturally clinged onto. And then you notice that another version of you begins to surface. Another version of you begins to manifest. And that's why if there is a person who does not have a mentor, that person is living a life that is on danger lane. You cannot be completely successful until there are people you are learning from. You have to learn from someone. You have to look at what other people are doing in order to up your game. You need to step up. There is a version of you that only you cannot bring out. There's a version of you only your parents cannot bring out. There is a version of you only your relatives cannot bring out. There is a version of you only your teachers, your school teachers cannot bring out. There is a version of you only your lecturers, a degree cannot bring out. There's a version of you that church cannot bring out. Okay? There's a version of you that business cannot bring out. There is a version of you that leadership position can never bring out, but mentorship would. And that is why all of these things are important. Leadership, business, church, or your mosque, or your wherever, your school, your degree, all these things put together are building somebody that would stand and not just talk, but is dishing out value. Value is beyond the talking. Value is beyond what you write down to say to people. For you, value is the real you. The real you is the value you give people. You can't give people who you are not. You can't give people what you are not. You can't give people what has not been you. You can't give people what you faked. You can't give people what you framed. Even if you give it to them, they eat it, they go home, they take it off themselves. It can never be the real you. The real you is what you keep repeating. If there is something you keep repeating and it is contrary to what you've been saying, that is not you. It means that what you've been saying all along has not been you. The real you is that thing you keep saying, that thing you keep acting, that thing you keep, the actual you, the thing that you have passion for, the you, that particular person inside of you that is driven towards a particular purpose, a particular goal. That is the real you. And that's what people always listen to. And that's also what mentors help you to manifest.